wat ek wil sê. Man is lekker om colored te wees. Mense,
Seriously, it is.
listen, it's not just colored, it's colorful.
Yes.
And this is why I figured, let me have a chat to you. But before I even delve into the depth of this conversation, let's talk about who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the second episode. Now, as I always say, if not, why not? So welcome to the sounds of Whatnot. And as always, I'm never alone on this couch. With me, I have someone who's so dear to my heart. Guys, he is a choma of mine. And a choma because he wants me to say choma. Mr. Xenny Brown, welcome to the couch. So, I want to pick up from a conversation we had before we actually started.
Yes.
And we were talking about how, as colored people, we have this tendency when we meet someone new or for the first time, we want to know, Bijoma,
Bijopa.
and what is your
Yes.
fun?
Yes, of
Right.
course.
Because that leads to somewhere, somehow down the line, you must know someone.
Of course.
You must know someone that knows of the situation. Like,
Yes.
Xenny just met Dan. And the Owens were here hunting. Do you know why?
Yes.
You want to tell us the story?
Damn. Damn. When Dan told me, when he told me mom and dad's names, yeah, it's like automatically taking me back like 35, 40 years. Damn it. When he mentioned that he grew up in Galvin Park and he told me his parents' names, I could tell him exactly where he grew up because I spent hours, even at times days,
Yeah.
at his house. His mom and dad, his mom was a hairdresser, and his father had a snooker table, a full-size snooker table, directly next to the hairdresser. And we went there to go and play snooker. We had a club. And we spent hours, genuinely 24 hours, up to 48 hours inside there playing. So it's a small world, bro.
Yes,
It's a small world. It was.
It's so weird.
Sure.
Like it's weird. Like okay, not weird, but I like hearing about my parents. I like hearing about the people that my parents knew.
Yeah.
Because like okay, I don't have my parents now because they unfortunately passed away.
Correct.
But to hear about them from people who knew them, it just reminds me as to who they are and like what about them people actually like. Because I know my parents as my parents. But he knows my parents as like they bras. They used to block.
Yes.
Legends.
They were all the secret lives.
Legends.
And my mom, well known.
Absolutely,
My
yes.
father, well known, but like also they legends in their own right because like my father was a sportsman. He played cricket, he played soccer, but his main sports was running.
Yeah.
My mother also played EP tennis, table tennis, and she was a highly recognized hairdresser. Like she was revered amongst the people in the community. I'm saying revered also because my mom, but she's really good at what she did.
She genuinely was revered.
And
Yes.
for her for the memory of my parents to exist still within this man's mind, it's mind blowing for me because that's what makes our culture, I think, different to other cultures.
Correct.
Is that we hold on to the memories of the people that we just know as friends.
Yeah.
Not to say like it doesn't happen in other cultures, but I mean like amongst us because we understand the value of having closeness.
Correct, yes.
I think it's because of that. Like, and that's what like my mom. Okay, no offense, it's gonna get maybe a little bit racial, but like growing up colored, you get taught certain lessons.
Yes.
Don't move with certain people. Don't go to this place because those people don't look out for you the way that your
own people do. Correct, yes.
And it's sad to say it, but this is the reality that I grew up in, and I don't know if it's the same for the Owens here or for you guys. If your parents sat you down and be like, look here, you grew up in apartheid, so you know now white people don't want you here. But you have your aspirations are taking you. I'm not saying like white people are the problem.
Yeah. We're not
saying
saying
black people are the problem. I'm saying colored people are the problem. We all a problem.
We are. Yeah.
But it's how we deal with those problems with one another that makes us
That is
the
true.
people.
Yes.
So sorry to cut you off.
No, you want
No, it's
to
actually true.
It's
Yes.
enticing. It really is enticing, and it's important for me to hear from every one of you, because what's the use of having a colored group of people coming together and not highlighting those voices? Like, I was speaking to Mac, and I said, Mac, your beard is a completely different color, brother. You must have different blood running through you. And that is so beautiful. And we said it was what? Maybe Irish?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Quite
maybe a little
possibly.
Scottish.
Yes.
I
Edinburgh.
That's why I'm saying, but I've also got like
Edinburgh,
Yes.
yes.
Pakistani, which is that type of this color of the beard. Yeah, you see, goes
Yeah.
brown and then copper. I just think it's like that, but he's so mixed.
It
Yeah,
is.
but this is what I also wanted. This is where I want to steer the conversation, and I love that you said that we are so mixed that to certain other races, myself, I don't look colored immediately. Immediately, depending on the day, depending on the look, they immediately think that I'm only Indian.
Yeah.
You know, because of the fact that I've got mixed race. Then I look at someone like Dan with the volumes of hair that he has and the way that he speaks. Oh, look at him now flipping his hair. I don't know what man has been as a Dan, and it's boring. Because why? Because why? But anyway, what I'm saying is that we all look so different, but let us know when someone to
Of course.
let us know when someone to weird. I say clear lang I. But one thing I also want to mention, I want to get to the nitty gritties and things that we don't often speak about, is things like we as a, and one thing, oh, that annoys me when I watch an advert or I watch a skit, is where they portray a colored person only one type
Oh,
of
yeah, I know we're gangsters, all of us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Gangsters, all of us. Meanwhile, you sitting here with almost a doctorate. We must all aware massacre. We don't all speak like that.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
it is slang that is inherited either from your area, your family, or your
Yes.
friends. So I think one of the things that annoys me is when you know that advert where they go, then there's the guy banging on the bottles, and then they go Nachi, you know, and then the one goes Nachi, and then it has a gap. I don't know if you can remember that advert.
Yes, I
You
do.
remember that?
I recall, yeah.
Guys, the reason why it irritates me is because the people wanting to represent us as colored people in that manner don't even understand where the gaps come from.
True.
This I learned in one of the books you gave.
True.
One of the books was not white enough, not black enough, right?
Yes.
Or not black enough, not white enough. And it says there that we as colored people had to, back in the day, to avoid slavery and being sold off to the rich, we would have to make ourselves look ugly by literally banging out our teeth from our mouths. Now imagine being a human and sitting there opening your mouth for someone else to take a stone or any other tool to chop off your teeth,
To remove, yeah.
to remove it, so that you are not sold off to a different race or to those who are rich. And that is why we as colored people have a gap today. But a lot of people don't know this. You see what I'm saying?
I had a passion gap a while back.
Passion gap.
I was waiting for some.
Nobody got passion gap.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
Did you hear it?
Who's the passion gap?
It was, yeah.
I can't. It's the sound effects for me. It's the sound effects for me.
It was the passion gap was there to slap noodles.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
I play the first. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people would like to represent us by face value without understanding us. And then you are being introduced to another race or another person, and because you are colored, they immediately assume you're from Cape Town.
Yeah, yes.
To which I say there is no company in Cape Town that pumps out colored people.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I am so annoyed. My mom is from Cape Town. She's born there. Came back to PE, but that doesn't mean that we as colored people are formulated and carefully put together.
Yeah.
And we go through a manufacturing process. People believe that colors derive from Cape Town, and I don't understand that.
And it is because they've been taught to think that way.
Yes.
I mean, years ago, the British were the first to come with classification when they came to the Cape, right? They always had this idea that we were a lot of separate tribes, each one living in his or her hoekie.
Yes.
But I mean, when they got to the Eastern Cape, the Great Fish River, the Kai River, there they did not find. I mean, when they got there, they found, as we today call it, the Khoi tribes, the Ku, even though we had different names,
Yeah.
Atakwa, Kholakwa, and so forth. But when they got there, they found us living next door to Xhosa tribes, not as enemies, but as neighbors.
As neighbors, yes.
And everybody got along, right? Divisions came. I mean, we stood together against common enemies.
Yeah.
When Shaka and his tribes moved down, when they were conquering everything in their sight, coloreds as we are today, and Xhosa stood side by side, resisting the invaders.
Yeah.
When the British sent expeditionary forces, we resisted them.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean coloreds and blacks, if we had to use today's terminology. Back then, we didn't call each other colored or black. There were actual names.
Yeah.
And the settlers, to put a fine point to it, they are the reason why we have these classifications today. I mean, they never existed. Borders didn't exist. The West came and taught those things to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we still continue to teach that, eh?
Yes, we
still
do.
continue to teach that, and it blows my mind because of where we are, the type of life we live, the channels we have, the programs that we go through, the government that we are under.
True.
Are we genuinely still going to go and repeat a narrative created millions of moons ago?
You understand?
You know
yes.
what I'm saying? And another thing that you and I discussed was, you all remember, right, Clarkson, that earlier on in the year, or a little bit earlier in the year, there was a podcast that spoke about us as colored people.
Woo! I tell my cousins. You know that?
But
I blame, those podcasters. Someone has grossly misinformed you
completely.
guys. Come on. Look, I know I got our cousins one time. I don't have one ugly cousin. And my sister, I have one sister.
Beautiful, agreed.
Beautiful.
Agreed.
But me, Charlie, mag yung lahat. Imagine.
But let me tell you, I felt like this is an opportunity for education. Because why? You see, what happens is, you have a boyfriend, you guys are a colored couple, right? You have a boyfriend. The girl sees the boy chatting to another girl, whether it's on its phone or in person. The girl starts going on, yeah, who's that or whatever. My cousin.
My cousin.
Yeah. I'll go my says, what do you mean it's my nearby? And then they end up believing it because it's what we tell them.
Yeah.
The dag na môre, we find out that, oh, okay, so Xenny, you did hook up with so and so.
Yeah.
You then told me 3 weeks ago that's your cousin.
Yeah.
That is where it comes from, guys. Is wanneer jou girl wil fuck maak en dan sê jy so en so is jou niggie en jou neef en nou.
You understand? Yes.
Now we sit with an issue where it is now our duty to go out and educate different cultures and races about why we use terminologies like that. That is what
yeah, that is what it comes down to. Yes.
You know? And I suppose the reason why they called us mad and crazy, I'm really sorry, but the only mad and crazy that I can relate to is fun and colorful. I don't know about you.
Yes.
You know? So as a colored person, it is our duty to also make sure that we are not contributing towards the negative narrative that is outside, right? Because we have our own languages, we have our own slang, and that makes us not only colored, but colorful.
Absolutely. I told Joss earlier, even if you took a colored person and put them solo alone in a corner out there, as a colored, you are never alone. Ever.
That's true. That's true.
You have an entire heritage line behind you, ancestral line,
True.
standing with you.
True.
And over and above that, we are people of faith.
Yes.
We believe,
Yes.
right? And that is why we are never alone.
True. Agreed.
Yes.
1,000%.
Now we got backup behind us.
Yes. We got backup behind us, and we have people waiting in front for us.
Yes.
We always loaded. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because there's one thing that my mom will always tell me, and I know mothers across the board pray for their children, but my mother will always say, Meisie, ek baklei my nie as dit by jou kom. And I know what she means.
Yes.
If she wasn't my mother, and she wasn't colored, for instance, and she told me, nee, ek het gebaklei by die Here, it would have been a different response. But because my mom is colored, and I understand her, when she tells me about a situation or whatever, all she'll tell me is, ek het baklei my die Here vir jou. And I know it's not an actual fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's once again the terminology of a colored mother to show us the evidence or to prove the emphasis on what they were doing for us in that moment.
Correct. And Lord knows the prayers of a mother.
Oh.
Ish. They carry weight.
Listen.
They carry weight.
They touch the gates of heaven.
Yes.
That one's no.
Seriously.
Another comment, another friend of mine, she's from Kenya. Now we have a lot in common because she's African.
Yes.
Right, so we have a lot in common. And she one day was walking past and I was wearing white tackies. I said to her, hey, not my tackies. And she immediately looked at me and said to me, colored people and clean tackies. Can you guys agree? Can you attest to that?
Yeah.
You do not mess without tackies.
There's guys that even lost their lives over that.
You lie!
Yeah, in the clubs it happens. It happens in clubs.
An actual argument and a fight and then go.
Yeah.
Because you don't
my
make...
Air Force. Yeah.
Why do
I
you
see what
sell?
you mean, I see what you mean.
That's why I took it. But like also at the same time, the shoes need to tell a story, man.
Yeah.
You put the shoe like, but that's how I feel. It's tackies. But there's my tackies that I wear for when I go out, and then there's my tackies for at home and everyday stuff. And I hope that all the guys operate like that. I doubt they do, but I hope that they.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just wear what you got, but like specifically tackies and us.
Yes. Oh, tackies, white tackies
Tackies, yeah.
specifically. But tackies and a colored person. Those two
A
together.
few years ago, Andre, MCR and Arjun
Yes.
Shout out.
terrible twin.
Hey!
They did a
I
song
speak
called
tonight.
Make a Change. In that song, the twins rap about how we, as colored sometimes, young men, we wipe each other out over simple years, and this was taking stuff,
Really? So there's an
There's a
actual
song
song. Oh, okay, okay. I hear what you're saying. We must actually use that song somewhere in here. Ask them. It would be dope.
Make a change.
Like exactly. So you are saying that it was region specific on your ID.
Very much so.
So it said Cape Colored
Colored. Yeah.
in your green book, right?
In my green ID book.
So does it still say that, or do you have a second upgraded green ID book now, or do you have the card?
I've got the card.
Hey,
Yeah.
mensen is gevorder. I don't, but anyway.
We move with the times.
So let's
We move
quickly
with the times.
talk about that where you had that ID and it was region specific.
Yeah. You know the problems that it created because of the racial classification, for instance. Remember we had a thing called the Group Areas Act, the Mixed Marriages Act and so on. It would tell you whom you could, to whom you could get married and to whom you could not. Where you could stay and where you could not. And that in itself created problems.
Wow.
You know? Divide and conquer, that is how it worked. And that is still how it works. You know?
And that is why you would hear a lot of my closer friends would also refer to Fairview because their parents were moved to
Yes.
there. My granny, my grandfather, those people were also moved to Fairview. So they were told, this is where you're going to live because of your skin color.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
you couldn't choose. And this we all know, but just mentioning it again in today's day.
Yeah,
I think it's such a far concept for the youngsters of today.
it is.
So how would you describe the different challenges of a brown person from when you were a young man to someone who's my age and someone who's younger?
You know, one would think that given the length of time that had passed from when I was a youngster to where we are now, that things would have improved. But for the colored child, hey, bruh, you're still on your own. You are still on your own.
Moral of the story, right?
They might say, no, welcome, I'm Kira, everyone. Yes, except for you, Bushy. That's what they mean, except for you. You know,
It is so true.
they will still, in a very polite way, edge you out.
Yeah.
Marginalize you, sideline you. Not everybody, don't misunderstand. There are people whose heads are on straight,
Yes.
but not everybody.
Yes.
Not everyone. Onze breinmense moet saam staan. When it suits them,
Exactly.
dan moet ons saam
Exactly,
staan.
that's the thing. So, ons gaan nie saam staan in die werksplekkie.
Oh no.
Ons gaan nie mekaar gefeie kry in die werksplekkie, you know, but ons gaan buitekant vir die mense. It will look like we are standing together, and this is why I once again want to take it back
Yes.
to the racism amongst coloreds, towards coloreds, by coloreds.
Ja, we look down on each other.
We do?
We do.
We do?
Moenie laat ek hoor, jy kom van Katanga af.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
different story.
Ja,
But this is why I want to ask you, with the ethical behavior we demonstrate as a people, as a colored people today, what do you think we believe as colored people? This is normal. This is what I've seen my entire life. So what do we as colored people think is normal? Which to a different race or the people outside of the colored community is actually just not normal.
certainly not. Look, we have been taught to think this way.
Yes.
It has been indoctrinated into us. And unfortunately, we perpetuate it within our families.
Correct.
We teach our kids to think this way. They teach their kids to think this way. And to us, it's okay. And how the dickens can it possibly be okay?
It's just accepted. It's something that we just
Yes,
go with.
this thing that we tend to look down upon each other. Want hy het pitte hare en die het gladde hare and that one's eyes and the color of that one's skin.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man. If you're driving down Stanford Road and some drunk bliksem drives into you and you are lying there bleeding to death and a paramedic arrives, nou my hy is wit, swart, pink, rooi, what the hair looks like, nobody gives a damn. Save me. That's the only thing on your mind.
Yes. Yes.
Then it doesn't matter. But under different circumstances, and many people, many colors, now we are colorblind. Ons dinkie so nie. Wait till that one son or daughter comes home with someone of a different skin color.
There we go.
Of jou hare is nie mooi nie.
Yes.
Dink aan jou nageslag.
Jy soek jy meisie met wat nie glad hare het nie.
Ja,
Looks are very important. I believe that, or I've experienced that looks is very important to the older generation
Yes,
in the
it
colored
is.
community.
You know, when my daughter, Lana, whom I love very much.
Hello, Lana.
Hello, Lana. I brought Lana into this world. Yeah, what an amazing experience.
Yes.
When Lana came out of the closet, right, Daddy, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And she told me,
He's still laughing. He's still laughing.
when she told me, you know, I don't like boys, I like girls. I asked her, and what is your point? I knew this a long time ago. Then we went through to my parents, right?
Yeah.
And when she told my father, his response was the same. And what is your point?
Exactly.
Because
You know?
we accept you as you are. We love you as you are. Whereas there are people in my family, it's just the face she's coming.
Yes,
Ach,
yes.
yeah, man.
Yes, the face, yes.
Come on, 2026.
Yes, and it's still a face. Oh, die wat gaan die mense sê?
Yeah, but did God make you a prefect? What's wrong with you?
And with that, we are wrapping the episode.
What did make you a prefect?
Exactly, to come and name te kom van die so But this is another thing, the one thing that Xenny just demonstrated is our slang. Is the fact that colored people, listen here, if someone comes now and says, you know, Joss, was jy by Spa, van Xenny was by Spa geweest, and I have beef with Xenny, my response will be, as an Xenny's Spa.
I say,
Do you understand what I'm saying? Or we ask, is Xenny on his way? And if he did not communicate or he didn't come, we would say, Verwannen. That's what we say. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I love the fact that we have our own terminologies that we can express to one another, that we understand. Or for instance, we were speaking about someone we have in common.
Yeah.
A lot of people, in fact, that we have in common. And I was referring to someone, and I said to Uncle Xenny, ja, van jou nuggie. It's not really his nuggie. You know what I'm saying? It's not really his cousin, but we have that as colored people where we give each other little names and little the ways in which we refer to them. But I want to end off with something that I find very, very, very funny. Do we not have the weirdest nicknames that we give our kids?
Yes, we do.
Julle, ek praat van lippe,
Yes, we do.
koppe.
Yeah.
So now, what I want to ask you is, with you being an amputee, how was that as a young boy? How did that affect you, your manhood, and also just being a colored in the colored community?
Look, because of my name and the way it is spelled, Xenophon,
Okay.
or in short, Xenny, Xenny. I have been called everything under God's sun. Xenny, Kenny, Henny, Jenny, Lenny. And I respond to all of them positively.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where it doesn't matter, right? Being an amputee, you get ostracized.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So from the outset, which is why what you see me wearing now, when I go to school, this is my uniform.
Okay.
Unless it is really stormy, it moet regtig koud is,
Yeah.
then I will wear long pants. Because I've reached the point where I really don't care.
Yeah.
The opinions, as Dan said earlier, opinions are like assholes, everybody's got one. It's fine.
Yeah, but then.
It is fine. We are all entitled to our opinion.
Yes.
Yes. America has a big opinion running their country right now. Yes.
Yeah. But the reason why I asked you this is because I know as a colored person, we are very quick to give people names.
Oh, yes.
And we're very quick to describe someone. So let's make an example.
Yeah.
So let's say someone wanted to speak about you. I'm going to
Open
speak
up.
bluntly
Yeah.
now, right? Man, hy sien van man nie een met die been man.
Die met die been.
Ja, die met
I
die
see.
been man na die bus steeds.
I see.
This is how we explain people.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Or if we want to tell you about something that happened, man, gister sien jy by Johan hulle. Johan van aan Lola man.
Yes.
Ja, aan Lola Zuki se suster.
Ja.
Yes, nou sy's mos getroud met so en so en so.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we wanted to talk about something that happened in Human's door. But we actually started here in PE because that is just how we are as a colored
Ons
as a
gaan
colored
weer die
community.
skole om.
Exactly. And all the way commercial road
That's it,
you understand? But we are such a colorful people that I believe we are storytellers. We
Yes,
are
we are.
born storytellers. That's what I feel.
Not only that, ons praat met handgebaren.
Oh yes.
And the
Oh
sound
yes.
effects.
And the sound effects.
No,
Yes.
we are good at that.
So what I do want to say is thank you very much for being so open with your life and everything that you've
Ah, no problem.
experienced.
Thank you.
Because I cannot imagine having to depart from your leg.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a choice. And then now you're gonna have to sit in front of people as this colored man with a colored family, and you have to go search for the positive in a negative situation.
True.
Would you say having the background that you do helps you, and being who you are as a colored man, helped you a lot, or is helping you still within your counseling?
Absolutely. A positive mindset
Yeah.
will get you anywhere and everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
There's a comedian many years ago, Charlie Chaplin said, a day without laughter is a wasted day.
Oh yes.
Dis die Here se waarheid. Find something to laugh about every day. Stay positive and good things will come your way. Alles het hoe moeilik.
Yes.
Yeah.
And never fall in front of a colored person. They will laugh while helping you. They will never help
Also,
you.
keep the sweets in your pocket. Don't offer any color people sweets because you know they come.
Everybody's gonna come and
Everybody's
take
gonna
your sweets.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's gonna, and remember with sweets, you kry kerklekkers,
Yes.
you kry klaplekkers as a
Yeah.
verskil. So,
Yes.
but if you don't know, you'll have to stay tuned to all the other episodes. So once again, Xenny, thank you very much for coming
Most
through.
welcome.
Thank you for sitting on the couch with us. What a beautiful, authentic conversation.
This was lekker.
It was lekker, right, guys?
Yeah.
I
This is
enjoyed
lekker
it.
means.
Oh,
I
Xenny.
enjoyed it here with the crew.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Xenny.
Guys, let's give it up for OGs. And that is how we wrap the second episode with our beautiful guest, a family man, a brown family man. And that doesn't mean his surname is only brown, right? You see what I did there? So stay tuned for episode 3 on the sounds of Whatnots. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Sure.
And it's a wrap.
I
This broadcast was brought to you by the SABC and me. Bye.
Bye.